Welcome to Hardheaded Podcast. We're excited that you've joined us as we have a conversation. We found that a good conversation allows us to share what's on our mind, whether current events, what's grinding our gears, or our pet peeves.
It also allows us to share our top 3, a list of our favorite things on any given subject, most of which are highly opinionated. In closing, we share a good word. Solid friendships are encouraging. Even if we joke and give each other a hard time, our ultimate responsibility is to uplift each other.
Our goal is that you'll feel like you're part of the conversation, like you were in the studio with us, and that you feel encouraged after tuning in to our podcast. It's time to join the conversation.
Welcome to Hardheaded Podcast.
That was quick on the dot right there. Like it.
This is your host, Chet Sears. We've got Matt, Amos, and Troy, 3-shot Trussell with us today. We're going down through the agenda. We're gonna cover first and foremost, we're gonna cover what's on Troy's mind. Then we're gonna move into our top 3 things to take to college. We are in the middle of August. Those college kids are getting ready to load up. The mamas are getting ready to cry. And you need to remember what's on your checklist of things to bring. We're going to give you those things, and you're going to be like, oh, I'm so glad I listened to this podcast. I need to load that up right now. And then after that, Matt's going to give us a good word.
Day 30.
So, Troy.
Day 30.
What's on your mind?
Man, so I want to switch it up a little bit today.
It's not your day to switch up.
That's all right.
No, it's not all right.
Because I think the top 3 could really help me out with what's on my mind.
It's not how this works.
So why don't we jump into the top 3 first, and then I'll tell you what's on my mind.
I think our listeners are getting whiplash right now. They're used to our routine. Our routine is what's on your mind.
There is somebody out there
Top
with
3.
OCD who just wrecked their car.
Dude, lives are at risk, Troy.
It's probably Matt just wrecked his car.
If we go down this path, lives are at risk. So we're just going to jump straight into the top 3 is what you're saying?
Yeah, because I think it would really help me.
What do you think, Matt?
Sure.
All right. I'm doing this in protest.
I would agree. I would agree under protest.
So, Matt,
Specifically,
I was about to say what's on your mind. We're just going to skip Troy altogether. Matt, what is the top 3 things you should take to college?
Now, see, I'm doing this under protest.
What did you say? I'm sorry. I just asked you a question, then I interrupted you. What did you say was on your mind?
I haven't told you yet.
So I think you ought to abstractly talk about.
Fine. I'll tell you what's on my mind.
You need to bring an open mind.
You need to bring an open heart and a good spirit and a positive attitude.
This is the 3. Next.
There you go. All right. So what's on my mind?
Hold on. I interrupted him, and now you're interrupting me. We're going to get back to him.
All right.
No, but I mean, y'all interrupt me anyway. It doesn't matter how serious I am or whatever. Y'all are going to interrupt me. It's been pointed out, by the way, in some comments on social media, by the way.
As in, keep doing it.
As in, stop. Let me speak, idiots. I think was the exact phrasing.
I must not have been tagged in that one.
No, because you don't matter.
Unless you're interrupting.
Right.
Apparently you matter enough to interrupt.
Number 3.
Oh, hold on. Do you want to hear what he has to say? I thought you had something important to say.
Do you?
Do you want to tell us or no?
Not anymore.
Don't, because it may skew. Because he hasn't prepared. He's coming up with it on the fly. You're going to influence him, so don't tell him.
Okay.
Number 1.
If we're mixing it up, we don't have to go 3, 2, 1.
I guess not.
Number 3. Which is my number 1 thing.
I had to take notes.
You've got to have a TV.
Ooh.
Or
yes.
No, you don't.
With a Fire Stick.
No,
Or
dude.
Shut up.
Shut up. I'm the one about to send somebody to college.
This is the stuff
we don't
that
need distractions.
TV for streaming.
Exactly.
TV with streaming device.
Yes.
I like it. Noted.
And a huge beer bong, number 2.
because the small one's just not going to cut it.
That's probably not going to help me in my.
Stone, I've got you. No. TV and movies, that was kind of my distraction. That was my getaway from, I don't want to read this book anymore. I'm so done. And like my mind's numb. I want a movie. And so that was kind of my cheap getaway. And it's even better now because all these kids can borrow your passwords for whatever. If you have any streaming services, they can borrow your passwords for any of that. And
that's illegal. You shouldn't do that.
it's actually not illegal if you have DirecTV. I just found that out.
Huh.
Well, the students in the dorm get like a cable package anyway.
Cable sucks. You can't.
Yeah, cable's terrible.
That's so.
Can they stream with this cable?
Let me tell you something. When I grew up, I had 3 channels and 2 of them were ABC.
This isn't the 60s anymore, Chet.
So when I rolled up into college,
This is the stuff that kids today.
when I rolled into college and there was like 30 channels and one of them was ESPN that had Timber Sports on it.
Make sure you
at 2 o'clock in the morning, I was in heaven.
Make sure you've got your Texas Instruments freaking calculator instead of your phone.
He's saying like if you're in the 90s.
I had one of those graphing calculators that had Tetris on it.
I bet you did.
I did.
Nerd. So
I did not.
It was a TI 85.
Actually, I did. I had to get one for some stupid class that I never used it in. My parents spent like $180,000 on that stupid calculator.
Dude, you could plug
it
into other ones and download stuff on them. Like it was, it was like
could you play Doom on it with your buddy?
Airdropping, no. It was like airdropping Tetris on your calculator, but you're wired. You had to wire
You
plug
were
in.
wire dropping.
Yes.
Yeah. I remember not having one of those. I couldn't afford it.
Oh, whatever. You didn't need it in wildlife biology.
You're right. I didn't. That's why I took that.
Number 3 or number 1?
Number 2.
Oh,
still number 2.
Beer bong was number 2.
No, it's not.
That was fake. Although,
no.
I mean, you got to try it once, but then that's it.
No, you don't.
You don't have to try it at all. Trust me.
I've lived this long without trying it.
Oh, we're gonna have There's a balcony right out there. But anyway, so I did find out, back to my number 3, I just canceled DirecTV after like, I don't know how many years I've had DirecTV.
Mm-hmm.
And in their pitch to try to keep me as a loyal customer,
Yeah.
they're like, well, now we have DirecTV streaming. You don't need the satellite. It's just an app. And you get all of your channels, you get everything, and you can take that and you can share that with anybody in your family. And
to your deer camp?
Exactly. You could. Yes. I don't care. I was like, I've got all these streaming services anyway. I don't need you guys.
Can you get the NFL ticket streamed?
You can. Anything that you have in your package, they will switch to streaming.
Mm-hmm.
But I did see today that NFL Sunday Ticket is actually getting ready to go solely on streaming. So I don't know if that's in combination with DirecTV or not. But,
Probably not.
Or if they're going to do their own thing now.
God, it's about time.
Yeah.
Good grief.
But if you need a break, that's a good, cheap way to not get in trouble, to stay in your room.
Yeah, you're back on number 3.
Get some buddies, get some popcorn, which brings me to my number 2. Microwave.
Yeah, I saw that coming.
Oh, I do need one of those.
Are you going to college, Troy?
Maybe.
Maybe.
You want me to take you to school?
No.
But microwave / hot plate. I don't know if we want to consider those 2 and 1, but
one was illegal when I was in school. It's not illegal today.
Is it not?
The hot plate.
The hot plate.
Yeah.
They're letting hot plates are acceptable. When I was in college, they didn't want the concrete dorm to burn down, I guess. I don't know. But my roommate had one, and he'd cook corned beef hash, Hormel corned beef hash on that thing.
Yep.
You get off the elevator.
The whole thing stinks.
The whole dorm floor.
I think I've told you about that when I made my mom's salmon patties.
Yes.
And it just, that whole floor done from the smoke.
That bing. Oh, what is that? Everybody getting off the elevator. That's what you heard.
Yep. So microwave, just some cooking utensils. Most of these kids probably have cafeteria. Go to the cafeteria, eat some food, which most college campuses today have pretty decent food on campus. So might not be as essential as it was back then. And then this is going to sound really bad, but we could have them back in the day if they were locked up on campus.
Oh, a gun?
A shotgun.
Yeah.
So you can go do some hunting on the weekends.
Oh, yeah.
And we actually had a criminal justice department where you could store your shotguns, and then when you wanted it for the weekend, you would go check it out. They'd give you your gun, you could go.
Yeah, that our deal was we just had a friend that was off campus, so then you could
Yeah, I
store it
didn't.
there.
I didn't have anybody.
We couldn't have
And then
them on campus.
But one of the school when Stone was visiting schools, he was looking at the trap team at Fort Hays State, and they were like, yeah, we in the trap team coach's office, he had like 2 massive safes, and he's like, yeah, this is where we keep your gun for you, so you don't have to. It's against the rules to have it in your dorm room, so we've got a place for you on campus to keep it.
But today, that might not make a whole lot of sense with the cost of ammunition, shotgun shells. It's not as cheap anymore to go.
Yeah, not as available either.
No.
There was a shortage.
Shoot, we could go find walk-in hunting areas and just set up with a hand thrower and a case of shells and just start blasting.
Yeah.
Back in the day, but
Yeah.
probably can't do that. But I mean, that was a good release on a weekend. Go shoot some clays.
Mm-hmm.
Those are my top 3.
All right.
Number 1, bring a shotgun.
I'm going 1, 2, 3 because you screwed everything up.
Everything's backwards. Nothing seems right.
That's right. Number 1, a wind-up alarm clock with no snooze. I'm speaking from experience. I got one of the ding-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling loud alarm clocks that you had to wind that joker up, and I set it across the room. So to turn that thing off before it aggravated the heck out of me, I'd have to get out of bed because I had a problem getting out of bed.
I did too.
Yeah.
I had mine across the room too.
Yep. So
You know what I did?
what?
I just didn't have any classes that started early.
Well, lucky you.
I just did my schedule that way.
What do you consider early?
About like I do now.
8?
10.
He has a job where he doesn't have to get there early either.
Well, I had art classes that were either 8 a.m. or 2 p.m. and they were 4 hours long.
That's
so you
weird.
better bet I'm getting up at 7:30 to go to the 8 o'clock one because I'm playing volleyball around 3 o'clock.
Okay.
So,
All right.
just saying.
Number 2, enough clothes to get you through 2 weeks without having to wash.
It's a good one.
Yep.
Yes. I did not want to be at the mercy of having to go to the laundromat or the wash room in the dorm to get through a significant amount of time. If I'm going to spend some time in there, I'm going to get a lot of time out of it.
I had enough to where I could just do it on the weekends.
I was busy on the weekends. I need to do laundry. I had other stuff to do, Matt.
I would drop it off.
With who?
Don't worry about who. Come to I don't even know did I even do laundry in college? I probably just stank the whole time because I don't remember doing any laundry.
I
in college.
literally don't remember how I did it either. I know we had a washer and dryer at the frat house. Maybe I used that. I had a girlfriend though that had her own little apartment. I probably just gave it to her.
I don't know if it was 2 weeks worth, but I can get through. I probably made it home my first 2 years in college. I don't know, once every 6 weeks or so. And I can get through that 6 weeks with like doing 1 or 2 loads and then bring it all home when I went home. And then just, my mom would wash all weekend while we're hanging out.
Yeah, my mom loves to do laundry. Sometimes I still bring it over here and let her do it.
Number 3, a good rain jacket. Because I walked, and I think that's still everybody just walks everywhere.
Oh no, I drove.
I walked a
drove.
lot.
I drove.
Yeah. So, weather, impervious. If it's raining, you got a jacket. You got something to throw on.
Our
and
campus
keep walking.
was fairly small.
Yeah. Well, I lived in Nielsen, furthest west on campus you can go. And I was in business school, which was the furthest east. Almost the furthest. It wasn't Nefkin, but it was.
Aviation was further east, wasn't it?
No, the cab was the furthest northeast you can go.
Oh.
And then you had, like Nefkin and Kidd.
I just walked the Ponchatoula's a lot.
Yeah. So anyway, I got a couple honorable mentions, but I'll wait.
Oh, good. Number 3.
Now you get to go?
Yeah. I'm still get to
Oh, I
do
thought
my
you
top 3,
I
right?
thought you didn't know, and so you're just going to wrap this into what's
No,
on
I
your-
know 3 things that are good to take to college.
Oh, okay.
I just,
Okay.
Yep.
Just mixing it up just to get in our heads.
that's right.
Narcan? Is that your number 1?
No.
Good.
Number 3 is
Don't say Xbox.
a My Pillow.
What?
No. I have to disagree strongly.
Just your favorite pillow? Can you just say
Or a
that?
pillow of choice, yes. You don't want to get stuck with one of those nasty dorm pillows. You don't know where those things have
Does
been.
the dorm even provide pillows?
I don't know.
I don't think they provide bedding.
They
They don't
provided
provide bedding. I know that. They don't today. They provide a bed.
a bed and a mattress when we moved
Yeah.
in.
Oh, well, a bed is a mattress.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
But they-
don't forget your pillow.
No sheets, no
Yeah, we had to bring all
mattress
that.
pad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We actually had a bunk built in ours. We were fancy.
Mm-hmm.
It's awesome.
Mine looked like a Marine Corps barracks.
Yeah.
The steel.
Well, that's what ours looked like until our bunk was built in there. It was nice. Number 2, mini fridge.
Yes.
Yeah, very important.
Very, very important.
That sits, that's where my microwave, that's set on top of the mini fridge.
Yeah.
I didn't have a microwave.
We had a microwave down the hall.
I didn't do anything down the hall.
Now, I will say, because a good thing for a dorm room is also a good thing that Marines had in the barracks. And one thing that we couldn't technically have, but a lot of guys had anyway, was a toaster oven.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm telling you right now, when you go buy those Totino's pizza rolls,
Mhm.
put those, you don't want those in the microwave.
No, you want
You
them
put those
toasted.
in the toaster
No.
oven. Oh, they're so good.
Yeah.
You can't afford too many of them on a college budget.
Well, whatever. It's like $1 for 30 of them.
Not
Probably
anymore.
not
They're
anymore.
not.
I
They're
bet.
probably.
You watch, because that's not even food in there. That's not.
It doesn't matter. I mean, it still costs to ship whatever that is in that bag. So it's going to be more expensive. But
Not by much.
and then if you got, if you bought the
Look it up.
If you bought the toaster strudel, if you couldn't afford the Pop-Tart,
Dude.
throw
Dude.
those in the toaster oven.
My 3-year-old loves strudels right now. He's
The one is that the one where you put your own icing
yeah,
on
you
it?
put the icing on
Yeah.
top.
Yep,
I think it's Pillsbury makes those.
I think so.
Yep.
Anyway,
And then number 1 is a Bible.
Wah, wah, wah. You guys are of the devil because you didn't say Bible.
That's right.
it was all. I actually thought about it.
I got a question for you, Troy. Did you bring yours?
I did.
Oh, okay. You
Did I open it much? No,
No.
I did not. But I did play in the church band. Then we got kicked out. Yeah. Even my sister got kicked out. Came back from summer break and they were like, "Oh yeah, we got a new band." Like, "Oh, okay. Guess we're not playing." Yeah. So, top 3. That was good.
Why?
Thank you.
Why, Troy?
What
Tell
did-
me why.
Did you find out about the Totinos yet?
Well, I got to do a little bit more thorough search because I have like the 50 count, which wasn't what the count was when we were growing up. It was a smaller
Well,
quantity.
they've got the box of like 10, and then they've got
I can't.
like 20.
This stupid. Oh, hold on. Back in business. Keep going. What's
All right, while you figure that out,
we got to go to commercial
let's take a break real quick, then we'll come back with what's on my mind. 1797, establishing dominance. A young nation begins the formation of the world's most formidable fleet of naval ships with the commissioning of its first ship, the U.S. frigate Constellation. A lively blend of rosemary, lemon, and peppermint, 1797 is a great blend to start your day. It is a great awakening quality with a minty kick. Much like stepping out on a deck of a ship cruising the brisk ocean waters, this blend will give you that early morning boost. 1797, establishing dominance.
Check it out at admiralspinnet.com. Without it, you might as well shave.
All right, since I took over this podcast.
I mean, you screwed it up. You might as well host it too.
Hey, you find out the price on those Totino's pizza rolls?
like $3,
It basically, Amazon breaks it down to 28 cents a piece.
which is highway robbery.
But it's
but it's pretty, with inflation, it's probably just as cheap as they
I don't
were
think
back
so.
then. Or
Like
is
my deal, like
I used to be able to get them for $1,
yeah,
but I don't remember how many came.
it was those. It was that was the little pack, the microwave box, and they had the Michelina's Italian meals. You remember those?
yeah.
You get those for 98 cents. I don't think those are over $2 now. And then the other thing that I supplemented as a meal, it was only like $1.30, was oatmeal cream pies. I'd get a box of the Little Debbie oatmeal cream pies, and then that'd last me for like 3 meals.
You know, I used
Would
to
it?
get.
Yes.
I could go through one of those boxes just in a sitting.
You could, but I'm just saying, if you're on a budget and you needed to keep from starving, you would eat, 2 or 3 of those at a time. It'll last you a while.
I used to get the little Fritos bean dip.
Yeah.
The cans?
Yeah, and I'd keep it in the mini fridge.
Dude, with Fritos scoops.
Yes, Frito scoops. Yep. I would sit there and
boy.
just watch TV
Hey,
and just eat the whole
It's
thing.
it's probably been less than a year. I've done that at the deer camp.
Oh
Like,
yeah,
yeah.
that's good.
I make my own now.
Good deer camp
It's
food.
cheaper to go buy
Refried beans.
refried beans.
You get so much more of it too, because it's like $4
For that little can.
the little can of the
But whatever refried beans you like, and then get a jar of jalapenos, and then dump the jalapeno juice into your bean dip. Mix it up.
Mix it up, because
it's the same thing.
if you buy refried, like a full can of refried beans is $1,
If that.
Yeah,
and it's like $4 for the Frito bean dip.
And then when I'm making nachos, I get the
But I still like it, that can.
I get
You peel
the
that back.
yeah, it's good.
there's nothing like that smell either when you open
Yeah.
up that can. It's a good smell. But I like the round corn tortilla chips.
No, they're not robust enough.
Oh yeah, you got to get the ones from Sam's. They come in
Look,
like
I'm a college student. I'm not buying stuff at Sam's.
get your
What do you think I am?
I'm buying
that-
Mama Lupe's.
Yes,
because they're
Now,
local and they're cheap.
those do not hold up.
no, they're thin.
They are thin.
I love them.
But see-
a great price point.
We would come back and Audrey's parents would make a Sam's run for her, and one box had 2 big bags of those chips, and they would hold up. And then you take that bean dip, get your little knife, spread that bean dip on that chip, put it all in a plate, get yourself some shredded cheese, and dump it all on top.
Dude, you're way
Microwave
too
that.
snooty. That's highbrow. That's highbrow chips and dip right there.
It is.
I am open a bag, open a can.
I'll do that.
know what to
Hey,
do.
I'm
Get to
not
dipping.
against that. I'll do that too.
I
But
didn't
I'm
have
just
a
saying,
microwave. I had a mini fridge. I didn't have a microwave.
if you're going to college and you're trying to impress some chicks on some culinary delights, homemade nachos in the dorm. Like, hey, I'm fixing to light this place up right
I'm
now.
not going to say what I want to say right
I'm
now.
gonna light it again tomorrow too.
I'm not. Yeah. Yeah, you gonna hear
Yeah,
my
you
alarm
are.
clock going off in the morning.
Be melting some ice glades.
So you forgot our
kick it.
no honorable mentions.
Oh yeah, y'all want to do honorable mentions?
I had fridge as mine, but by golly, you better have a dang backpack, a good backpack. You know,
Oh yeah.
and 9 chances out of 10 it should say JanSport on it somewhere. That was the popular backpack.
I think it still
Back
is.
then.
And they're now even more expensive. That used to be the cheap one.
Yeah, it was just the big. You had the big pocket, and then
And
you
the
had
one
the,
little pocket.
Yeah, the pocket up front that had the little flap on the.
I
Yeah,
don't know. I got a Swiss Army backpack a couple months ago to carry my computer around in and work stuff. That's a pretty nice backpack.
dude.
$17 at Walmart.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I gotta show you the one I just got for my work computer.
Yeah.
Nice.
How much? What did you spend on it?
Nothing.
Well, what did your company spend on it?
I'm not going to disclose proprietary information.
Now, in today's age, I mean, you might want to get yourself a Vertex backpack that
Dude.
has the built-in body armor. I
Yeah.
mean, just you never know.
That's
Yeah.
true.
But $200 and you can put a little plate in the back of it and you got yourself a little shield.
Yeah.
There you go.
All right, we did the honorable mentions.
All right.
Now tell us what's on your mind, Troy. Well, let's move to a good word.
Let's do a good word first and then let's do what's on my mind.
Oh, okay, sure.
No, go.
All right. Yeah. So been doing some remodeling at my house, and I just moved into a new office
In your house?
downtown, but we're putting in a little office space in my basement. And so I thought, thinking about, dorm room and that kind of thing, that a top 3 of what you might want to take to college. These are top 3 things I could put in my office, at my office downtown, and then at my office at my home / maybe it's a man cave. Huh?
So I didn't help you out at all because you're not going to put an alarm clock in there. You're not going to bring 2 weeks worth of clothes unless you plan on not coming out.
I did think about a change of clothes at my downtown office, though. Because it'd be good to have because a lot of times I'll be doing Live Local stuff. I'm wearing this Live Local shirt.
Yeah.
But if a client calls and it's like, hey, I need you to run and shoot this real quick, probably want to put on at least a polo.
Yeah.
Something like that. So you did help me there.
There you go.
So there you go.
Yeah. Rain jacket. You can have a little rain jacket or umbrella. You
Umbrella. I thought about an umbrella.
Yeah.
Matt really helped me out, though, because I think a TV down in the office man cave that I could hook up my...
Every office space, you need a TV.
Yeah.
Just a necessity.
I'm just going to tell you right now, just call it an office. Man caves are out.
Oh, that's fine.
No, absolutely. You're so wrong.
Whatever.
No, man caves are in.
You know what? You know what I think when I think man
The
cave?
feminists have got to you.
You know what I think about man cave? Herd mentality. Herd mentality. Look, I have a man house.
That was so last
I don't
week.
have a cave down in the basement. I have a man house. You don't need a cave.
No.
Just be a man. Everywhere you are. You don't have to go downstairs and lock yourself in a room to be a man.
Well, I don't have a basement, so I'm not locking myself in a basement. And for I get where you're going, right? So
Just call it an office, man. It's not a man cave.
Well,
Don't
that's
do the
what
man
we
cave.
are calling it, an office.
Good.
It's more. I've called it a podcast studio too,
Yes.
because it's going to have insulated walls. So yeah, we might be.
Podcast
We could
room
move.
or-
We could move out there.
murder room.
I don't know. This is pretty nice.
Yeah, we have to move this table every time. This
That's
all
true.
could stay set up.
I wonder if we left the table here, would they even notice?
I don't know, but my mom watches it. So,
She just heard me say that.
Mom,
We put the table back.
There's no reason to come downstairs. There's nothing funny going on down here at all.
you're never getting those fries, Chet.
You know.
So my mom makes these homemade French fries that are spectacular.
And we talked about it on a few episodes ago that she'd never made them.
Oh, did we talk about that already?
Because that's when she's like, I need to make them for you because now you're talking about it on.
Oh, yeah. There you go. Well, never mind. Don't need to bring that up again.
Still haven't had them. as of this recording. She had planned on making them, and she and your dad both got sick the week that they planned on having me over for that. So maybe it's not God's will.
Well, I hate that for you because they're really good.
What do you see? This is office area. You're just gonna make it your own room, kind of thing. You gonna put some Star Wars posters on the wall?
Probably not.
Yeah.
I'm going to put sound barrier, like, what do you call those? Things, sound barrier things?
Mm.
What's the name for them?
Foam?
No.
Egg carton?
That doesn't block that much sound. When I set up the studio, my office at work, when I did the internal podcast, I had a lot of like whiteboards and glass. I had a lot of glass windows and whatnot. So I put some of that stuff all over the room, and it actually did not make a difference at all.
Yeah, these are like fabric.
The panels, that I think
Fabric
you're better off.
panels. Yeah.
Yeah.
They look like canvas, but they're really fabric. Yeah, I'm going to hang some of those
Canvas
up.
is a fabric.
Yeah, exactly. I got to do it down at the office too, because I'm going to do interview style videos in the office downtown. So
I would recommend a head of any
Animal.
I'll probably put my
or a bird.
first duck I ever shot. I have that mounted, and then my first deer I ever shot. I have those antlers. I'll probably hang those.
Where are they right now?
They're in my garage.
Yeah. Hanging up or just in there?
Hanging up.
Okay.
So I have been taking a list of office needs.
Go for it.
An ensuite restaurant.
Snack bar? You got a snack bar?
That's a mini fridge.
Fruit basket?
Got a trash can,
That's a good one.
fan,
What kind of fan? Oscillating?
just oscillating fan if it gets a little stuffy in there.
Yeah.
Got a lamp.
Yeah, or if you eat Fritos and bean dip.
There you go.
What kind of lamp? One of those hydrogen lamps?
Just a little lamp.
Everybody had in college? You know, those bright ones?
Lava lamp?
No, not a lava lamp. Just a little lamp. Because editing, I look at the computer all day. I don't like overhead light.
Yeah.
Hate it.
I love lamp.
I need a USB-C mouse.
Okay.
Need one of those. Soundproof wall hangers. That's what
Yeah.
I wrote down. Because I couldn't think of the name the other day either.
Yeah. I bet if you Googled that, you find something what you're looking for.
I need a stool.
Sample?
No, just a stool to sit on.
Yeah, you like that one.
I need a stool. Yep. Yep. Yes, you do daily. Hopefully.
And a phone charger.
Long phone charger cord.
Long
Not a short
phone
one.
charger cord. And I need to purchase another computer laptop cord because I left mine at home today and had to drive all the way back home. Because when you edit video, you lose battery power in like 4 minutes. It's gone.
Yeah.
On a
Okay.
3-year-old laptop.
you need-
What else could we add to that?
You need a receiver with Revel Audio
Dude, you need a Bluetooth speaker.
Concerto.
You need a Bluetooth speaker.
No, if you're doing this in an office, it's a permanent space. You're not going anywhere. You want Revel Audio Concerto speakers.
Revel Audio
Concerto.
Spell that.
CONCERTO.
CIERTO, I think.
Whatever. You just get it
Okay. I already have a Bluetooth speaker.
in both places.
No, I don't. So I'll get another one.
Yes.
I don't know. It might be too loud in my downtown office.
Not if you have soundproof panels on the wall.
Oh, that's true.
Dude, I'm telling you, this is all working out. You need a little, are you going to have clients in there?
Yeah, that's what the mini fridge is for. And I'll have some waters in there and
You need a little thing of mints.
mints.
You need a little glass dish to put the mints in.
Glass dish with mints. Hey, listeners, if you're still with us, write down in the comments what else should be in the office.
You need a fake ficus tree.
Oh, I wrote down plant.
Yeah, but something you don't have to water and kill. Fake.
Oh, I take that back. They've got some new ones. You're going to want the Performa B.
Performa B, not the Revel Audio.
It's still Revel Audio, but it's the Performa.
You need one of those demotivating posters. You know what I'm talking about?
Performa.
This is as good as it gets.
You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Abandon hope, all ye who enter here.
that's a good one.
Yeah. What else do you need? What else would I have in my office?
I thought about getting a poster of my favorite movie.
You need Post-it notes.
Post-it notes.
Yeah. And I had
A nice,
a
comfortable chair.
Post-it note
Getting
holder.
a gaming chair.
A Post-it note holder, Troy. So you can you load it and you just reach in there and you pull it up and you don't have to use two hands.
And Post-it notes with holder. I don't think
Yeah.
I need that, but
You do. I'm telling you,
helpful.
you don't know how much you need it until after you have one. It's got sand in the bottom of it, so it's heavy. Your stapler. Do you have a stapler?
my stapler.
You have a printer? You need a printer?
I do have a printer.
Well, you need a stapler.
Why?
Because you're going to print more than one page at a time. They need to be together.
I'm not printing.
Some
more
paper
than one.
clips. You need some paper clips then?
Sure.
3-ring binders
I don't need any of that.
for presentation purposes.
No, 3-ring binders are out. Like man caves.
I don't think so.
3-ring binders anymore.
They're more in than staplers. It's like, here's my binder. Check this out. Here's my portfolio. Literally.
Literally. Here's my portfolio.
Coffee table. Chairs for your guests.
You need a dry erase board so you can brainstorm.
No, I don't need that.
You paint the walls with the dry erase friendly paint.
I think, wouldn't that reverberate sound?
Not if you have panels over it.
Well, you can't put put panels over, then you can't write on it.
Don't harsh my mellow, man.
What else?
Do you have a window in this office?
Yeah,
What does it face? North, south, east, west?
north.
Faces north. So you're not getting direct sunlight in there.
Nope, never.
Dude, that's awesome.
But it's right downtown. There's buildings everywhere, and I'm on the first floor, so probably wouldn't be much sunlight.
Ooh, so people can walk by.
Yeah.
You definitely need the dry erase
Come
board
on
on the
by,
opposing wall.
boys.
Yeah. You need a Ring doorbell in there as your security system.
We have security.
No, like in your room. So you know, like when somebody's in there.
Okay,
Something like that.
it's a good idea. All right, I think I got a good list.
All right, let's get to a good word. Good grief. Oh, everything's out of whack. I'm confused.
I am a little discombobulated.
You know, the coolest sign I've ever seen in an airport was is at the Milwaukee airport. You know all this security stuff, and you got to take your belt off and your shoes and all this crap. They got a couple tables set up just after that. What are you doing? And they literally have this big sign. It's the recombobulation area. And I like, that's the coolest sign that's ever existed. Recombobulation. You know how long that sign is? That's a big word.
Big area because
Have you ever written down the word or typed out recombobulated?
No,
You've done discombobulated, but you've never recombobulated anything in your life.
no, but discombobulated is longer.
It is, but recombobulated is on a sign. You've never seen discombobulated on a sign.
No,
Right. That's why it's awesome. Recombobulate.
but I've written it, so
You need to recombobulate your life.
I do. I'm not going to deny that. And I'm going to start right here.
Ooh, this is the good word, recombobulate.
This is where it gets us recombobulated.
Wow. I'll never throw us off again. I promise. I pledge right now.
This is the disaster.
But I will say that went the complete opposite direction that I thought it was going to go.
Where'd you think it was going to go?
When you were talking about office/man cave. Because I've been designing a man cave. Screw you, Chet. For the last 8 years. So presumably when
Have you
man
started
caves were still cool.
have you started
They're so out.
building
You might
it
as
or
well-
doing anything with it? Or
You might as well get one of those
No.
avocado green appliances to put in your man cave while you're
Although-
at it, because they're
although
going to be
I
back in
think-
style by then.
I think the market is maybe going to start allowing me to do some of that stuff. But the building just got to where it was so expensive
Don't call it a man cave, please.
that guest house
Yes, that's fine.
with a trophy room and a movie room and some bedrooms. Yeah, I'm going big time.
Okay.
Man cave.
No,
Yes.
He's devoted to this, Chet.
let's go. Let's move forward.
Day 30
I'm going to be praying for Matt.
out of the chosen book 2. Devoted. And it comes out of Mark 3:13 through 15. He went up on the mountain and called to him those he desired, and they came to him. And he appointed 12, whom he also named apostles, so that they might be with him, and he might send them out to preach and have authority to cast out demons. So Jesus selected his 12. And in that 12, he selected one in particular that would ultimately betray him, knowing that dude was going to betray him. What was that dude's name?
Judas.
Exactly. So that goes to show his devotion to the Father's will, knowing that this dude was going to betray him, but ultimately having faith that the Father knew it was best. And at any point in time, it says in here, Judas could have chosen to go on the straight and narrow, but he didn't. He sought his own selfish desires, which presumably was money in his case, because he sold out Jesus for, was it 30?
30 pieces of silver.
And whereas Jesus, knowing that was going to happen, still stayed on the straight and narrow. And I don't even know personally what that kind of devotion would actually look like, in our personal lives. If we had that, if we knew that someone was going to ultimately betray us, that was going to end in our death in a brutal way, would we maintain our faith? And how difficult would that be for us to do? I mean, because that's what Jesus experienced. And with, using him as a model, we know nothing in our day-to-day lives is ever going to be that bad. And so and I guess the other side of that is what in our daily lives are we putting in front of his will for us? What kind of roadblocks are we putting in our way that don't necessarily align with our devotion to him? Like last week, what was it, coffee? Like how coffee's become a god to some people. It's like, I've got to have this, and it's the greatest thing. And, it's the first thing I got to do in the morning. Well, maybe the first thing is have a devotion.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know what so just you look at what it takes. And, we have the fortunate opportunity to know some people that's been at the elite of the elite. Right.
Yeah.
And I asked a guy that was a Navy SEAL and a guy that actually was, also in Delta, like what did it take? And he's like, you just have to grind it out. Like you have to make up your mind that you're not going to quit. And then you're just going to do what it takes to get through whatever it is you have to do to take, and you're not looking so far down the road. You're looking at what's right in front of you right now. And I've made up my mind that I'm not quitting. And so I'm going to press on. And at some points, that hurdle that you get to is not fun, but you've already made up your mind. I'm not giving up. I'm devoted to this.
And in that world, you've submitted to the suck. Basically, you're like, I know this is going to be terrible. I'm just going to roll with it.
Yeah.
Basically, I'm just going to roll with these punches.
Yeah. But, and this is definitely not, I'm not saying marriage is submitting to the suck.
Whoa.
But
as he goes to, where are you going?
Yeah. But no, like
Italy.
When you,
Rome.
When you put on your, at your wedding, like your vows, I'm going to be with you no matter what. And at that time you're submitting, right? You're devoted to your wife, and whether or not you know it at that time or not, I could tell you 20 plus years in, there's some not fun days, but I made a commitment and I'm not backing away from that. Right. And I think as believers, we ought to be the same way. Like, this is a commitment that I made, and I was sober when I made this commitment. I knew that it wasn't going to be roses all the way through this. And that's, as believers, we don't need to think that it's going to be roses all the way through. And then when the suck shows up, that's what's happening. We're going to go through it. And if it, I look at Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. Yeah, you bow or we're going to throw you into the furnace. Well, I'm about to be burned up because I'm not bowing. I made a commitment. I didn't make that commitment like right now. I made that commitment a long time ago, and I just have an opportunity to demonstrate it right now. And I'm not backing away from that.
Well, and I think along those same lines is the more you do that, just even the small things, and don't let your faith be rattled or what's the word I'm looking for?
Shaken.
Same kind of word as rattled, but
Good observation.
yeah, I'm a words guy, but I can't think of it.
Diminished.
Yeah,
Weakened.
but it's almost training yourself
Yeah.
that when something big comes along, okay, I can get through this and I'm not going to waver.
Right.
Yeah.
And maybe you don't get through it. But that's getting through it from a physical perspective.
Maybe you don't get through it unscathed.
Yeah, or maybe look, I've talked to some missionaries before that thought that they weren't going to get through something. Like this is where I'm going to die. So be it, right? They made that commitment. I'm going to be here. I'm going to serve the Lord, and if that means the people I'm around don't want me here, I'm not leaving unless God tells me to leave. And if they try to kill me, they try to kill me. You know, I mean, I've made that commitment. So, and I think that's the devotion that Jesus had to his call. I'm going to intentionally put a person in here I know that's going to cause all of this stuff to happen, but I need all of this stuff to happen, and it's going to suck. I don't want to do it, but I'm going to do it.
Trusting.
Yeah.
Trusting the plan.
Yep.
I think that's pretty incredible to have that knowledge that somebody's going to betray you like that and still have that faith to follow through with it.
Yeah.
Which is why I really can't understand somebody that's actually gotten deep into reading the Bible and Jesus' story and his life and all the opportunities that he had to not let this happen.
No, or not just not let it happen.
Stop it.
Or to be the all-powerful human on earth. Yeah. And everybody worship me now. And I'm going to take over everything. I'm going to be it. Who's going to stop me? I could raise people from the dead. I'm sure he could kill people, get in his way. I mean,
I think, and it's been said before, it's just kind of funny that I think it takes more faith to be an atheist than it does to be a believer.
Yeah.
Anyway, devoted.
Good word.
Thanks, Matt. Yeah. Troy, don't screw us up again, man.
You got it.
So, Chet, why don't you go ahead and open us up here?
Yeah. Thanks for tuning in to Hardheaded Podcast. What do we have today? Good word from Troy. I mean, what's on his mind? Later.
Actually, let's start with the good word.
Kick it! Thanks for listening to the Hardheaded Podcast. Don't forget to share this podcast with others to help us get the word out.
Also, if you haven't yet, please rate and review the show. This helps our podcast show up in other people's suggested shows that may or may not have listened to us before.
Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next week.